The PS5 Pro continues to make me laugh. And did you see that funny report that came out over the weekend about the PS6? PS5 Pro announcement didn't go the way Sony wanted, so we just happened to get some information about the PS6 over the same like 3-4 day span. I'm sure that was a coincidence, Sony. Very slick there. But I was a little out of things over the weekend. I had some family in town. My wife's family was staying with us, and we were having a grand old time, hanging out, drinking tequila, going to the aquarium. Not those two things at the same time, although that would have been fun. So I wasn't really making videos or paying much attention, but every once in a while when I would go sit down on the pooper, I would just, scroll my phone a little bit, see what people were talking about, see what news is developing in the world of gaming, in the world of the world. And what do you know? People are still trying to defend the $700 price point of the PS5 Pro, despite there being basically exclusively negative news coming out about it during this same time span. The last video I made on the PS5 Pro was, 4 or 5 days ago? And in the last 4 or 5 days, we have heard several things, such as at least one game confirmed to be running at, 864p on the PS5 Pro? 864? I can count that high. Why is that the number? Why is that the number we're running at? It's also more or less confirmed at this point that you are not guaranteed 60 frames per second on the $700 PS5 Pro. Let's just take a step back here. Sony sells you the original PS5, right? And they put the 8K on the box and the 4K on the box, and they promote it with 120 frames per second. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, 120 frames per second. And then 4 years in, they sell you the $700 enhanced version, and they're not dropping the price of the base version, by the way. They still are pricing the base version like it's a luxury item. But now there's going to be the Pro version, which is even more of a luxury item, and despite the fact that the base version was sold with 8K and with 4K and 120 frames per second, what you're getting on the enhanced version is 30 frames per second again, and sub 1080p again. I'm sorry, am I talking too loud? Did you guys hear Bonnie? That was Bonnie. It's been a while since Bonnie made an appearance. You want to say something? Thank you. But because people are absolutely married to brands and absolutely cannot pull Sony's penis out of their mouth, a lot of people are still trying to defend the PS5 Pro being at this price point, despite all of these negative attributes. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess what I'm going to do to you. I'm gonna make fun of you, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make fun of you because you're fucking pathetic. How are you still doing this? Grow up. Grow up, dog. Grow up! Let's start out with this one from The Red Dragon, who screenshots a tweet from Digital Foundry. It says, quote, "Wow, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake looks a lot better on PS5 Pro, night and day difference. I actually put off playing it due to the other things happening at the time of release, but the Pro will finally push me to enjoy it. Image quality was just too awful on normal PS5. And how does Red Dragon quote this? Why, he says, Digital Foundry, PS5 Pro delivers a night and day difference. Oh, yes. Did we forget the part of the end where he says the image quality was awful on PS5 normal? He didn't even finish the game on the base PS5 because the image quality was that bad? And you're considering this a dub? So Sony took your $500 for a game console that gave you such bad image quality that some people couldn't even finish the game, and now they're selling you a $700 console that runs the game better, and you are portraying this as a W. You're portraying it as a W that you got openly scammed with the first console, and now are being openly scammed a second time with the second console. But oh, Digital Foundry said it's a night and day difference. It's a night and day difference, guys. Never mind the fact that the original version was, by my own admission, unplayable. It went from unplayable to playable. $700, please. Sony just gets us, man. They get it. Fuck, you're pathetic. Foxy Games, who ironically has Buy Boxed Games in their account name. The guy with Buy Boxed Games in his username is about to tell you why the PS5 Pro that doesn't come with a disk drive is actually super cool and super groovy. Ooh, anything with a Sony logo on it, boys. Let's read it. Quote, nobody calls out enthusiast gamers who spend $3,000 on high-end gaming PCs, $600 on ROG Allies / Steam Decks, or those who purchase multiple Nintendo Switches, Xbox consoles, controllers, $1,000 iPhones, $500 smartwatches, but if somebody wants a $700 PS5 Pro, it's a problem. Yes, because if you spend $3,000 on a high-end gaming PC, you get $3,000 worth of high-end gaming PC tech. If you spend $600 on a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, you're getting a pretty good product for that money. If you choose to buy multiple Switches, multiple controllers or consoles, that's your own prerogative. But to say that the people criticizing the $700 PS5 Pro, that somehow it's a Sony problem, somehow we're only making fun of these people because it's the PlayStation specifically, you are not paying attention. We're making fun of the $700 PS5 Pro because it is a ripoff. It is a scam. You were promised a bunch of stuff for that $500 console. That stuff was not delivered upon. And then instead of, dropping the price of that $500 console, making it a bit more reasonable, they're charging you $700 for a machine that by their own admission and by the early testing is like a minuscule improvement over the machine that already did not fulfill on its promises. That is why we're making fun of you. It is an absolute scam of a product, and you're just eating it up because it has a PlayStation logo on it. The fact you're even bringing up $600 ROG Allies or Steam Decks, those are cheaper than the PS5 Pro, and they are objectively better products than the PS5 Pro. And then you're like, man, why are people making fun of us for buying the PS5 Pro? I don't know, dude. You just laid out the reasons in your own tweet and you didn't notice, but whatever, moving on, I guess. Icon Era says, IGN receives marching orders from Xbox HQ, build a PC as powerful as PS5 Pro. So, because IGN pointed out that you could build a PC as powerful as the PS5 Pro, that now means IGN is taking orders from Xbox. IGN is taking orders from Xbox because they pointed out that you can build a PC as powerful as the PS5 Pro. That's where we're at. That's the only explanation as to why the gaming outlet would write an article. But oh my god. Oh, I love this. I love how the PlayStation dudes always make fun of the Xbox dudes when the Xbox dudes call something like an Xbox tax or try to point out media bias against Xbox. And the PlayStation dudes always make fun of them for that. But then the literal second a gaming outlet posts an article that is not explicitly pro PlayStation, you immediately go to, oh, Xbox paid for it. Oh, they're in Xbox's pocket, guys. I hate Xbox. Oh my god, you people are so stupid! But speaking of IGN, Fran Mirabella III, who, if you click on his bio, ex-IGN of 18 years... He says, for those who need to hear it, PlayStation 5 Pro is an upgrade with a $700 price tag, not a replacement. That's what PlayStation 6 will be. Sony still needs to prove it's worth the price with demos and support, but if you don't want to upgrade, stop crying about it. So, hang on. So, just so we're clear, the PS5 Pro is not supposed to replace the PS5? You're supposed to have both? Is that what you're saying? That's an odd thing to say. But also, I love this bit down here. Sony needs to prove it's worth the price, but if you don't want it, stop crying about it. So you agree that Sony has not proven it's worth the price, but also stop crying about the price. Can you believe this guy was with IGN for 18 years? That's just baffling to me. I never would have guessed that. God, just like the blatant bootlicking around the PS5 Pro is insane. I said this in the last video, or maybe it was the video before. I can't keep track of them. There's just too many of you fucking people defending this thing. But I think this is the most blatant it's ever been in terms of like widespread corporate bootlicking defense forces. It has never been this blatant. I have never seen someone who calls themselves a journalist, calls themselves a reporter, in the same post, in the same sentence, said that Sony has not proven it's worth the money, but also stop crying about the price tag. They haven't proven it's worth the price tag, but stop crying about the price tag. I'm an objective journalist. You should take me seriously. Ooh, and people wonder why games journalism is just a fucking joke now. People wonder why no one takes it seriously. This stuff is just open. It's just right there in front of you, as if no one is going to call them on it. Pure PlayStation tweets out, breaking, quote, I think the PS5 Pro version of Alan Wake 2 is going to be a pleasant surprise, which was said by Thomas Puha, the head of comms at Remedy Entertainment. Don't be fooled by the fake outrage of non-PlayStation gamers claiming the resolution to be 820p on PS5 Pro. They talking out of their arse. Two things here. The resolution of Alan Wake 2 on the PS5 Pro is absolutely going to be 820p, or maybe not 820, it's 826 or whatever the stupid number is. I'll put the stupid number on screen right now. This is absolutely the resolution. That's not a conspiracy. That is confirmed. That is what the resolution of Alan Wake 2 on the PS5 Pro is going to be. Upscaled, yes, from that resolution, but I thought the whole appeal of this thing was native resolution. If you want native resolution above 900p on the PS5 Pro, you're not getting it on Alan Wake 2. Like, that's not a conspiracy. That is happening. But also, I love how you take this quote as confirmation that the resolution reports are a lie. All he said was that the PS5 Pro version is going to be a pleasant surprise. Which, of course, he's going to say that. He works for the developer. But you take that. You take him saying the PS5 Pro is going to be a pleasant surprise as confirmation that it's not actually running at the resolution we know for a fact it's running at. Go outside, walk to the store, get a video game, and play it. For once in your life, play a video game. This is absurd. Pure PlayStation was on a roll, though. He also said, never imagined to see the entire non-PlayStation gaming industry seethe and moan as soon as the PS5 Pro was revealed. PlayStation greatness knows no bounds. No amount of fake outrage can stop this 33 teraflop monster from selling out at launch. Day one, gang, hit like. That's right, we're back on Facebook in 2013. Hit the like button if you agree. I like the PlayStation. Slam the like button if you like the PlayStation. Keep scrolling if you like Xbox. God, the internet is a fucking cesspool. The internet fucking blows. I hate every fucking corner of this fucking invention called the fucking internet. That was an exaggeration. I love you guys. You guys watching these videos. I love you. I love making these videos. I love our corner of the internet. But the internet at large, can we just burn it? The whole thing, burn it. Gone. The internet peaked when there was no internet. This one's not explicitly about the PS5 Pro, but it's from Wakanda One. It says, 2024, current state of gaming. Nintendo is played out. Xbox franchises, they're all dead. PlayStation, you got Astro Bot, which is coming to PC. You got Final Fantasy, which is coming to PC. You got Helldivers 2, which is selling more on PC than PlayStation. And he follows it up with this little mean non-PlayStation gamers. Congrats, happy for you. But here's what I really wanted to talk about. I got this response from Firebreather. Says, if they don't play on PlayStation, they're not gamers. Period. That little chestnut. If you don't play on my favorite plastic box, the plastic box company that just is announced they're going to charge me $700 for fucking nothing, if you don't play on that platform, you're not a gamer. Like, you're just not. You're just not a gamer. You're not a gamer unless you play on PlayStation. The games that you have in your house, if they're not PlayStation games, You have all those games in your house that you're playing, but they're not PlayStation. You're not a gamer, though, if they don't have a PlayStation logo on it. I'm going to come to your fucking house, motherfucker. I'm going to take all of those games because you're not a gamer. You have games in your house. You're playing games right now, but you're not a gamer because I said so. You didn't give the right corporation money for the games. You're not a gamer. Sorry, bud. Get out. Get in the truck. I'm going to roll you down a hill. Here's a nice little 1-2 punch. I like this little 1-2 punch. That generic Eric says, the fact that there's so many Xbots and PCMR cucks out here trying to build a better PC than a PS5 Pro really shows you that Sony hurt you fuckers. The fact you clowns are missing components in those builds show that none of you idiots know what the fuck you're talking about. Or sorry, know what the fuck you're doing. I can't read. But yeah, there were some complete douche canoes going around Twitter the other day, sharing PS5 Pro killer PC builds, like PCs that were like cheaper than the PS5 Pro and outperform the PS5 Pro. And because they're fucking airheads who just want to do this to console war and don't actually genuinely want to encourage anyone to make a good purchasing decision, some of them were missing components in the builds. Some of them were just complete doofuses who had a non-functional build and passing them off as PS5 Pro killers. Those people were dumb. Make fun of them. But you can't use those people as hard evidence that no one in the PC base knows what they're talking about. But if we are going to take worst case scenario arguments and use them as a representation of all of the arguments, here's part 2 of the 1-2 punch. Blessed Red says Alan Wake 2 at 864p on 60 FPS on PS5 Pro, to which Darkborn responds, and 700p on your weak-ass 4070. Stay mad, the PS5 Pro is cheaper and smokes it. Oh. So, just so we're clear, just so we can play the game by the rules you set out here, a handful of doofus cakes were making PC builds that were missing components, and therefore all of the PC gamers are stupid. Well, here's this PlayStation guy saying Alan Wake 2 runs at 700p on the 4070, and that the PS5 Pro is more powerful than the 4070. He's obviously wrong. That means all of you are wrong, because this one PlayStation guy said it, right? That's how this works, right? All of you are just as fucking brain dead as Darkborn 162. Oh, is that not fair of me to say? Is that not fair? I wonder why I'm saying it then. One more. This one was in response to a post from Pirate Nation. Canna Muffin Man says PS5 Pro has adaptive triggers. Those are on PC. Haptic feedback and controllers. Those are on PC. The best 3D audio system on the market. No one talks about this at all. If no one talks about it at all, it might not actually be that big of a deal or like that much of a selling point. Only first-person shooter gamers say the PlayStation list is small because RPGs require brain power. If you're really trying to make the argument that PlayStation has a better library of RPGs than other platforms, holy shit, just open Steam and scroll for 2 seconds. You get free games every month with the sub. If it requires a sub, it's not free. Higher tiers get free brand new releases on some titles same day as live release. Again, if you pay for the sub, it's not free. It's included with the fee. How do you not know how fucking English works? PS Sub also gifts free game items in many games. Oh, did I mention that the PS5 Pro is better than 90% of the PCs currently on the market, and potentially stronger than a 4090 PC? Waiting for a PC company to test this theory. It's already been tested. A 4090 fucking smokes the PS5 Pro. It is not close. You don't want to make this comparison. You will lose. You will cry. You will roll on the floor. You will cover yourself in Lowry's seasoned salt, and then I will light you on fire and put you on the grill. Oh, what happens if the at Steam Deck Gaming gets stick drift? An entire $700 console versus $70 controller / $20 Edge stick. Yeah, you're comparing a handheld that is all one piece to a console and controller that's multiple pieces. This is the dumbest comparison ever. If you have to make the dumbest comparison ever to win the comparison, it's because you are actually stupid and your opinion is wrong. Oh my god, I might be over caffeinated right now. I've been pacing around my kitchen with a microphone and just like kicking my legs and doing like fireball squats. What are those called from Avatar? Fucking hot squats. 1 hot squat, 2 hot squat. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna put it on the internet. We're all gonna have a laugh about it. And I'm probably gonna make another PS5 Pro video in like 2 days because this is insane. How are you guys so eager to defend a piece of hardware that literally only exists to take advantage of you? It is the only purpose of the PS5 Pro is to take advantage of people dumb enough to keep buying expensive ass pieces of hardware from a company that routinely lies to you about what that hardware is going to be getting you. I cannot believe the fact that there are so many people who bought the PS5, the base PS5, $500 or more for the base PS5, a laundry list of broken promises on what that console would deliver, but now here we are with the PS5 Pro. It's not even out yet. We already know that it's going to be underperforming, and you are lining up at the door salivating to give Sony money for it. You are pathetic. Get out of the hobby. You're making it worse for everyone else. Toodles.